What is going on, guys? So today we're going to be reviewing the Hori Racing Wheel Overdrive for Xbox Series XS and PC. So I got it right here. It's plugged into my gaming computer. I'm running Windows 11, and there's also an app for it that you can modify the settings for this wheel. Really quick though, as I drop the box by accident, I want to go into this packaging a little bit. So you'll see there's an Xbox logo. There's Xbox down here, and there's Xbox over here, designed for Xbox. The fact that you're seeing this logo all over the place means that it's actually licensed for Xbox. That's why you'll also find it on Amazon, at Walmart, at some flagship stores. This is an actual Xbox product, and that means it goes through some more quality checks to be able to have that type of logo on it. So it'll be a little bit higher quality than the other wheels around the same price point, but it may have a little bit less features because they sacrifice some features for quality. Whatever that'll be, let's actually take a look at the wheel. Oh, really quick, one more thing about the packaging, just so you guys know for sure. It does say it is Windows compatible, even though I'm about to show you it works on my computer anyways. So, to go into the wheel itself, it has a nice rubber grip here on the side. It has a plastic build, but it's solid plastic. It's not that cheap toy plastic like feel. This Xbox button lights up along with these two lights that light up as soon as you plug the USB into your computer and as soon as you plug the pedals into the wheel. Which, going into that, there's two things at the back here. So we have the USB cord that goes into the computer, which is pretty long. I can wrap it around my desk, thankfully, and plug it into my computer. And then there's this, which actually plugs into the wheel. And this is the cord that goes down to the pedal. And this, unfortunately, has to wrap in front of my desk because it is short. So that is a downside to me for this wheel. But other than that, let's go back into the positives. The wheel does feel really good when you turn it. When you turn it, it has more resistance. It has like a spring-like mechanism, I want to say, like an actual car does, and it'll just snap back into place after. So it's always kind of like fighting you as you're turning it. It's not like an unrealistic smooth turn. So that is nice. I really like that about this wheel. It also has the Xbox button mapping. So if we take a look at an Xbox controller, it has all the same buttons: the start button, the select button, the D-pad. It's got the XYBA. It also has the shifters, so you can play manual. These are plastic shifters, but they do feel nice. They are kind of loud. I will say they are loud, but they do feel higher quality. They don't feel like they're going to randomly break on me, which is good. There's the bumpers here that we have, the D-pad, like I said. And then also, I wanted to mention, it turns 270 degrees, so you're not going to get that full 900-degree turn that other wheels have, which is one of the features you may be sacrificing. But for me, I play Forza Motorsport, I play Forza Horizon 4, which are like racing games. This level of turning is totally enough for me. Like, this amount of turning is totally enough, and you can also adjust the wheel sensitivity in the settings to be able to get even more turning out of it. Like, let's say you turn it this much, your car is going to turn way more in the game, so you can get more if you want that way. It'll be difficult if you want to play Truck Simulator turning only 270, but you know, that is what you get for this price point. And again, with this price point, this isn't like a cheap plasticky build. Even the pedals, like, this is solid plastic throughout. The clamp, the back of the wheel, it has rubber stoppers along the back of it here underneath so that it won't move. Even across my full desk gaming mouse pad, this thing is not sliding, which is also why I didn't want to get the wheel with the suction cups. I'm not going to use suction cups when I have a full desk mouse pad here. That's not going to work for me. So that's why I chose one with the clamp. And let's go into this clamp. Let me get down here a little bit. Ugh. So we'll see this clamp and we'll see my desk, right? My desk is a thin piece of wood with a thick metal bar, and then a thin piece of wood again. So it's just a thin piece of wood with a thick metal bar here. And this clamp actually works as long as I put a piece of cardboard to make this piece of wood seem a little thicker for the arms to reach up here. But don't get intimidated by this. All you have to do is you put the wheel on the desk. This whole plastic thing is one piece. So it comes down, you put it up, and then you just screw this metal screw in. So this is the screw right here. It goes into the wheel and it goes through the clamp, and then you can just tighten it or loosen it with this handle here. You just twist it left or right. And that basically keeps the whole thing together, this metal screw. Not much assembly, you just screw one thing in and the clamp kind of clamps to the desk. So it's easy to take down and put up, which is what I wanted because I'm not keeping this wheel here permanently. You know, I do work from this desk, I do other things. It kind of gets in the way of my keyboard as you're seeing, but I did want something to be able to play with racing games. And this fits pretty well. So let's go into the pedals next. You'll see again this short wire. Here are the pedals. They are fully plastic. Here's the brake and the gas. The brake, you press it and it's got a good range of motion. We can see it on the screen there. What I like about the brake is that the force you push it with is uniform throughout. So it's not like more stiff initially like the Logitech G920 wheel has, which is an issue that people complain about. And then there's also the gas. There's more range of motion with this one, clearly. You can push it more, and it's easier to push too, which is like a gas and a brake are on an actual car. So while this is plastic, I would say this is thick plastic. It's heavier, it's not gonna move around. And if you do see some reviews of people complaining about it moving around on the ground, well, if you take a look underneath, it has the same rubber stoppers that the wheel has underneath it. And if you let these collect cat hair and dust, cat hair is just for my case, but if you let them collect dust, they're gonna stop gripping the ground and they're gonna slide. So I have a hardwood floor here, and you can see they don't have that much dust on them right now. And if I put this thing down, I'm being aggressive, I'm trying to push it, it's not moving anywhere. Even though it's plastic, the rubber stoppers and this front weight thing here don't let it move around. So just keep your floor clean as long as you have a hardwood floor, and it's not going to be a problem. So that's the pedals. Let's get into the wheel settings on Windows. So like I said, it's plugged into my computer here. You're going to want to go to the Microsoft Store, which is part in the start menu here. Or let me hit the Windows key on my computer. And then you just search Microsoft Store. And then once you launch the Microsoft Store, you can look for the Hori Device Manager, which is what I have installed here. So if you'll see, this is the Hori Device Manager for Xbox Series XS, which is, you know, this fits under that category. If we take a look at the wheel settings here in the top left, you can see you can actually adjust the dead zone of this wheel. And that's something that a lot of cheap wheels do not let you do. You can't, they actually have dead zone problems, a lot of the cheap wheels. So what is dead zone? Is if you turn the wheel a little bit, it'll recognize that you're actually turning it. So the more you have to turn it for it to recognize that you're turning it, that means the dead zone is bigger. The smaller the dead zone, the less you have to turn it for it to recognize you're turning it. And cheaper wheels don't let you even adjust this, to be honest. And this is one of the cheaper wheels that actually lets you adjust this along with the wheel sensitivity. So like I was saying, this bar right here at the bottom here, that is the wheel sensitivity, and you would get more turning out of it for how much you're turning it in real life, basically. So there's that. There's also the pedal sensitivity, which is the screen I had up earlier. So I'm pressing the gas right now. We can adjust that setting, and then there's the brake as well. Pretty good for a device or a wheel that's only $150 to $170 Canadian. And that's what I wanted to get into next. So the no force feedback thing, which what is force feedback? It's the wheel vibrating and giving you resistance as you're turning, as if like the car is going through things in the game. So let me go back to the game to show you what I mean here. So like as I'm driving, let's say I drive onto the curb a bit, the wheel would be vibrating and making it harder for me to turn if I had force feedback on this wheel. But I don't, because it's $150 to $170 Canadian. And in order for you to get a force feedback wheel, you'll need to spend at least $300 Canadian, whatever that means in USD, let's say 250 USD. You're gonna need to spend a little more to get a wheel with force feedback. Now for me, you remember seeing how flimsy my desk is? Well, my monitors actually do shake quite a bit. Even with this wheel, if I do like a full turn and just let it snap back like that, my monitors do shake a little bit. So if I were to have force feedback and my wheel was just vibrating, like my monitors would get annoyingly shaky, and I'm not really paying attention to what's going on here. Sorry about this. But this is me using it in Forza Motorsport as well. So you can see that it drives pretty good. Let's get out of this view though, so I can show you like another view of this car in third person here. And we can see I'm turning the wheel. Let me get a good view of the game and the wheel here. And yeah, just like that, you can see I'm able to play this game. I'm pressing the gas right now. Now I'm pressing the brake, and everything works well. Easy setup. If you're buying this as a Christmas present for someone, for a friend, for your kid, this is good. You just plug it into your computer and it just works. You don't have to think too much about it. You don't even need that Hori device manager app I was showing you. That's just if you want to play with the settings of this wheel. It'll just work without that app. Don't stress too much. It's simple, it's good quality, and it's a great gift for someone who wants to just, you know, casually get into racing sims or isn't sure if they want to spend a lot of money on a racing sim wheel and want something to start out with. This is great. And that's kind of where I'm at with this whole thing, because I only have Forza Motorsport and Forza Horizon. I don't have any other racing games. I don't even have Grand Theft Auto on this computer. So I just wanted to see if I would like a wheel and if I were even into this whole racing sim thing. And after getting this wheel, I've been having a ton of fun with it, and I'm happy with how it feels with, like, you know, turning it and how realistic it feels for how much I spent. So that's it, guys. That's the review of this wheel, of this Hori Overdrive racing wheel for Xbox XS and PC, Windows 10 and Windows 11. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And I hope you like this new style of video where I'm doing product reviews. I'll be doing more of these in the future. I find that I have a lot of cool products to review and go over, guys, especially this one that, you know, it doesn't even tell you that you can get the app for Windows on the manual or in the box even. I had to find that out by researching forums, researching reviews online for this product. So I figured I'd make a video on that to show you guys that you can actually adjust the settings of this wheel too, even though it doesn't tell you on the box for some reason. Oh, and one more thing as well I wanted to mention about this wheel. This company, Hori, it's a Japanese company. These are Japanese parts. They're assembled in China. The Logitech G920 wheel is Swiss parts or European parts assembled in China as well. And then the PXN wheels are Chinese parts assembled in China, which is why it also has more of that plasticky, cheap toy feel, because they're able to cut down the cost even more that way. So that's something you need to know. This Hori Overdrive wheel also, they make wheels for the Nintendo Switch and for the PS5. So these are licensed by all the 3 big gaming companies, and they make good products, even though you may not have heard of them. It's a big deal to be licensed by all 3 of them. So that is my honest review, guys. Again, drop a like if you found this video helpful. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.